Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Nadisha. So glad you're here with us today. So listen, I want to talk a little bit about Job. Okay, I've mentioned Job, the book of Job in the past, but I just want to talk a little bit more in depth on the very end of Job. All right, so Job 42 verses 8, where it says, "My servant Job will pray for you, and I will accept his prayer and not deal with you according to your folly. You have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has." All right. So basically, this is where God was going to reprimand Job's friends because Job's friends did not spoke of God in the right light, okay, in the right way. So God was gonna do some things, okay. But I just want to talk a little bit how it says that Job had to pray for his friends. Do you know that there's some people in your life that has done some things and you have to pray for them? You will have to pray for them. It says, "And I will accept his prayer and not deal with you according to your folly." It's like there's some people who have done some things to you and you have to pray for them, and God has to accept your prayer, and that's what's going to save them from what destruction, basically what God was going to do to them. Okay, it requires your prayers. All right, so that's one thing. Okay, so I just want to talk about the order here. Okay, after Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord made him prosperous again and gave him twice as much as he had before. All right, so that's the order. Job prayed, God accepted it, and made him prosperous again and gave him twice as much, double for all his trouble, right? We say that. All right, listen. It says, "All his brothers and sisters and everyone who had known him before came and ate with him," okay, in his house. They comforted and consoled him over all the trouble the Lord had brought upon him, and each one gave him a piece of silver and a gold ring. All right. I've talked about this before. Where were they when Job was going through his season of testing? Nowhere to be found. It's okay. God orchestrated it that way. Okay, God wanted it to be that way. You see, I'm telling you, so this is the order. When God gives you double for your trouble, when he makes you prosperous again, you need to understand that that's when you're going to get the consolation. That's when you're going to get the comfort in. You're like, well, gosh, where were you last year? Where were you 2 years ago? Where were you 3 years ago? Where were you 5 years ago? Sometimes it's when you're celebrating, okay, when you're half forgotten, amnesia is setting in. You're like, you know what I mean? You don't even remember half of the stuff that you went through, because that's how graceful and that's how merciful God is, where God will allow you to forget, okay? And that's when you're going to get the consolation, when you don't even want to talk about it anymore. You're like, you know what? That was last season. Thank you, though. Thank you for the love and support, but that was last season. You up here dancing and celebrating and doing your thing, and then somebody coming to you being like, "I'm sorry for such and such." It is not the time, but it's okay. You will accept it and you will move on. Okay, so that's the point. That's the point, is that you will get consolation and comforting during your celebration after God makes you prosperous again. All right, that's when it will come. It didn't come before. It didn't come in the season of testing. It came after. Why? That God is strategic. He didn't want a lot of people comforting you in your time of testing, in your wilderness season. He wanted it to be him and not many people, okay? There was a reason for this. Okay, take note. And then it says that, so the people who was there comforting him, some people who had known him before, some siblings and all that, it says they gave him a piece of silver and gold ring. All right, let's talk about this. So God gave Job double for all his troubles, right? It says that God made him prosperous again and he gave him twice as much. All right. Do you think that is the time where he needed silver and a gold ring? He already have double. He has twice as much as he had before. Okay, it's like how I see it is, you may have like a lot of one thing. Maybe if you're a guy, you have like 50 ties, 50 bow ties, right? And then for Christmas, somebody give you another tie. You're like, oh, another one. Thanks. Thank you so much. It's so great. It's so great. And then you just put it in your tie stash, okay? You put it alongside with the other ties, right? Because you have so much of it, okay? That's what this is. Job got twice as much, but they still give him extra. I'm telling you, last chapter, last season, your season of testing was not the time when you were going to get the opportunity, was not the time when you were going to get things, okay? That was not the time. It's after you come out of the wilderness. It's after God restores you. It's after he gives you double. It's after he makes you prosperous again. Then the opportunities will come. Then more and more opportunities will come. And you're like, I don't even need it. Job did not need gold and silver at this time because he had so much. Okay, I'm telling you, you're going to get more and more opportunities being presented to you that you don't even need. Okay, it didn't come during your past season because God wanted it to be that way. Okay, your past season was a season of just a little bit. Okay, manna. Okay, it was just a little bit, maybe quail. That season was not the milk and honey season. This season, okay, is the milk and honey season, and that's why you're gonna get more and more opportunities that you don't even need. There is a reason and there is a strategy to this. All right. So, anyways, you know, it just says, the Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the first. And you need to understand, for many of you guys watching this video right now, your latter year is going to be greater than your former year. You need to understand that your latter part of your life, I don't care what age you are right now, the latter part of your life is going to be greater than the former part, okay? So if you felt like you've had a great life before, just know that better is coming. Better days are coming, all right? So, you know, and it says that Job had many, many children and oxen and sheep, 14,000 sheep. I can't even, like that, my brain can't fathom that, you know, and 6,000 camels and all this stuff, okay? God made him prosperous and gave him more, and he had so many things, and he had so many more daughters, and it says that he died old and full of years. Okay, so he lived a very long life, a very fulfilling life, an amazing life, basically. So his latter life was definitely greater, definitely better than his former life. And you need to understand that is what some of you guys are walking into. You're walking into greatness, okay? You know, and it's not just your latter year. It's not your latter year. It's your latter life. Okay, it's your latter life. So if you're 50, the next 50 years or however long you're going to live, it's going to be greater. Okay, it doesn't matter your age. Just know that your latter life is going to be greater than your former life. Trust and believe that. All right, so I just wanted to talk a little bit more in depth on this part because I just thought it was so profound. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.